Hello. Okay. Hello, YouTube. My name is Kelly. I recently stumbled across into upon booktube. I have been YouTube viewer for some time in various ways, communities, but booktube is new to me. I knew a book talk existed. I don't have TikTok, but I knew book talk existed, and I wasn't didn't sound for me. Didn't sound like it was for me. Somehow I ended up in or around the booktube space, and I dig it. I dig it. The channels I found, the creators I found, digging it. I love it. I love books. I love talking about books. No one in my real life space reads what I do or like I do at all. So finding people who are like jazzed about books like I am, it's crazy. It's awesome. I love it. And I want to participate. I want to contribute in some way. So here I am. And I'm thinking I'm going to do kind of like a vlog type deal where I share like what I'm reading and maybe reviews, maybe to be reads. You know, I really like those shorts that I see where people like go over the books they want to read in a month or progress on what they have read through the month or different stuff like that. I also like the longer form content where people do vlogs about what they've read or challenges and stuff, and we'll see. We'll see where this goes. One thing that I really wanted to do this year is read more. Every year. Every year I want to read more. I haven't hit the like 52 books in a year goal since 2023. I think was the last time I did that. I usually hit like 30 to 40 books, but I always want to read more. And my reading goals are always ambitious. And I always have like, my to be read grows faster than my have read perpetually. And maybe that's common, but I think my have read or am reading can increase. So that's my goal. But I also want to retain what I've read better. Last year, I reread 4 Stephen King novels, and most of them I hadn't read in close to 10 years or so. So I didn't expect to remember all of it or all of them. You know, like 10 years is a long time, and I don't think it's possible to remember every single detail of every single book you read. But there were a lot of plot points in a few of them. All of them. There were things I forgot, but there were a lot of major plot points in some of them that it was like I was reading it for the first time. And while that was kind of nice, I want to remember what I read more. And I know that like recall is really important for that. So at first I was thinking about doing like a book review or a book summary. I actually have like a reading journal that I've been using that has my mom got it for me. It's like this really cool, it's from Etsy. I don't know. It's got this really cool layout, and there's a space in the back to write book reviews or summaries for every book that you've read. And so I was doing that, but the space is, I mean, the journal's only like this big. So, and there's like other components of each page. So it's a limited space. And while it's moderately helpful, I was like, thinking I want to do more than that. So then I started thinking about like a blog, but in the sense of like I'm thinking like LiveJournal or Zynga, but I don't know if those exist anymore. Tumblr, I guess, maybe it was kind of like a blog. I don't know if that even exists anymore, but I don't really know where to take that either. Saw something about Substack, still kind of thinking about that. To write more like in-depth, especially books that hit me harder or like I feel like have more to them, or longer books like Stephen King's It. I thought that would be a good place for me to really give my ideas. I'm not looking to like, I don't want to leave reviews on like Goodreads or Storygraph. That's not really what it's for me. It's for me to like retain and just delve deeper into the book and get the like deeper meanings out of it. So still thinking about that, but I also thought this, you know, I stumbled upon booktube somehow, and I think this would be a really good spot for me to talk about the books that I have read or am reading, give my thoughts on them, and then maybe have discussions if people that are like me or are reading similar things find them and want to talk about that. I thought that would be a really good thing to do too for my brain. So that's the idea. We'll see what happens. I got a lot of big ideas in here for what I want to do, but we will see. We will see how it goes. I'm really excited about it though. So books. I just finished this book. Shatterpoint. It's a Star Wars novel. I have been reading Star Wars books now for about a year and a half. I just read the movie novelizations because I really wanted to read Revenge of the Sith. And I thought that would be a good place to start because I was somewhat familiar with the movies. Not a huge Star Wars fan at that point, just like a casual fan. And then last year I started really reading like books. And I started with the Darth Bane trilogy, and I've been working my way down. I found a website or a spreadsheet online. This page has everything broken down. On one side of the page is canon, and on the other is legends, and it's like in chronological order, so you can see them at the same time. And it has like media, like movies and the shows as well. So that's pretty useful. So what I did is I went through that and I found things that I either had or were interested in, and I made my own list. And I combined the two timelines. And I know it's maybe, I don't know, some people are like diehard canon and some people are like legends only, but I'm combining them. So there is some like confliction and like some things that don't jive, but I know that, and I know it's not all going to line up. But so far, it's been really fun. This book was amazing. It was phenomenal. It's another Matthew Stover book, and it gets pretty deep for a Star Wars book. The components of war and morality and ethics and stuff behind that, and what it can do to people, it was really profound in a lot of places. And I actually I annotated and like highlighted a lot of things that I wanted to remember. Like, so that was really good. I really enjoyed it. Next up on the Star Wars front is going to be Clone Wars novel, No Prisoners. I don't physically have it. I'm reading it on Libby. It's been on hold for some time. I finally got it. So I had slowed down on the books I was reading, actually, Star Wars wise. I read Wild Space, which is by the same author in the same series, a few books back. And that one was okay. Not my favorite, but not terrible. So we'll see how this one is. And then I have more coming up after that. But so that's where we're at now with Star Wars. But this is not a Star Wars channel, which will be apparent shortly. I am also currently reading this book. It is a biography of JFK called An Unfinished Life by Robert Dallek. It's a thick boy, and I'm only, I don't know if you can see that. I started it in, this is the front of the book. I started it in November, I think. So it's kind of a slow burner. I'm just reading it when I feel in the mood to read nonfiction or learn more about Kennedy. I am almost always reading some type of nonfiction book, whether it's a biography or like a history, like World War II, or even before World War II. I have a ton of books on like the Vikings and Egypt and aliens and like the old like 20s time period, 1920s. So after this will probably be there's a Winston Churchill biography I've been really wanting to read, and a couple books on spies during World War II. But so this is in my rotation right now. I am about to start reading Rose Madder, a Stephen King book. I have a ton of secondhand Stephen King, so most of them are missing the dust jacket. Last year, I reread a ton of Stephen King novels. This year, I want to read more that I haven't read, and this is on the list, Rose Madder, so that's coming up next. It's a shorter one for him, 400 some pages. I also want to read this year Desperation and the Regulators, and I'm also hoping to read Doohickey. I want to read Doohickey, but I feel like that's a summer book. There's a few more. I want to reread the Dark Tower series as well. I don't know if that'll be this summer or not, but that's rereading and not reading, so we'll see. But Rose Madder's on the docket, and then I have also just recently started this book, 4 Hour Workweek, which is like productivity or self-improvement, self-help book. I don't know what you want to categorize it as, but I am usually lately, since like November-ish, I've been reading books like this. I read Atomic Habits. I read Lean Learning. I'm going to read this one, and then I have a couple like financial books on the list coming up, like Rich Dad Poor Dad, a couple others, The Mountain Is You, Getting in Your Way kind of books. I started this new like journey on self-improvement. I have some videos on my channel about like documenting my progress with stress and habit tracking this year, just because this year I want to be better. I have had the same like goals, health and physical and mental goals pretty much my entire adult life, and I haven't really ever hit or maintained any of them. So doing a lot of different things. I'm trying really hard to better myself in a continual way. And part of that is reading and being able to retain that and talk about it more. And I'm hoping that this will be fun for me and helpful, but also maybe introduce me to a lot of people that are like-minded and have similar interests, and like, maybe develop a sense of community for me, or like join the community, I guess would be what I'm doing, because community already exists. So that's it for now, I think. Oh, I'm also listening to Harry Potter. I'm on the second one, but I'm doing that. I have reread Harry Potter every couple of years since they came out. I guess the first one came out when I was in fourth grade, so grew up with them. That is my age group, and I reread them all the time. I am currently using audiobooks as something to do instead of scrolling or putting on a comfort show for like background noise. So like when I am cleaning or when I am cooking or even eating a meal, normally I would scroll or watch a mindless show. Try not to do that anymore. So audiobooks of things I'm familiar with, I think, is a better experience for my brain. So I'm doing that. So that's happening. It's just like something in the background though. That's not really part of my like reading, I guess. I'm listening to the Stephen Fry versions of the novels, and it's been fun. It's been yesterday. I spent most of my day cleaning and listening to Harry Potter in the Chamber of Secrets, which was really fun. So that's all I got for now. So there will be more to come, and hopefully this will just be a good time for everyone that stumbles on my space, my video. Sure, I'm looking forward to it. I think it'll be fun. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking this out, and I will see you in the next video.